Hey guys, well this is going to be a video series on a ATC build for the Precision Matthews. Now this build came about kind of unexpectedly. You guys know I built a screen set a few years back, and I've always intended to build an ATC for the Precision Matthews. However, I never really got around to it, and then I started on the linear rail conversion. And then I started improving the Precision Matthews, and I finally got the machine, as you can see from the parts I'm machining, I finally got it working the way I wanted it to work. So I started machining parts for a gentleman named Steve for he's doing an X2 conversion, and so he asked if I could machine the mounts, and so I did that. Machined some power drawbar parts, and then he asked me to machine some ATC parts. So he sent me these models and plans from, he reworked them, but the original concept came from a gentleman named Alex. He's from Canada. I'll post a link in the video description. Well, he offers these plans for his Geneva type ATC. And so Steve has adapted this for his X2, and he asked me if I could machine some parts. So this kind of inspired me to go ahead and finish designing and building an ATC for the Precision Matthews. So my buddy Wyatt and I got together, and he came up with a nice mount design. I think it's going to be fully adjustable, so there shouldn't be any issues there. Overall, Alex's design was really well done. However, there were quite a few things that I wanted to change, but the Geneva mechanism, most of those parts I think are similar. So this video series is going to be all on building the ATC. In today's video, we're going to start out with all the parts that are required, some lathe work. So we have this IR sensor homing ring. Now I believe Alex's was a two-piece design, but Steve redesigned it, and I'm using Steve's design. It's a one-piece design. I added a set screw which wasn't originally on there, just to make sure it locks in place. Next is our hub for our Geneva gear up top, and also for the disc that mounts the tool forks. This is basically the same design, however I changed all these threads to metric. I just prefer metric threads on all my stuff. The machine is metric. As you guys know, if you've been following my channel, you know that I just prefer the metric stuff. A little spacer here, and the shaft. So let's go out to machine, and I'm going to machine out the hub and this little IR sensor. The shaft and the spacer, that's pretty basic stuff. It's just cut to length, faced, and then drilled and tapped, and then it has this little flat on it. Alright, so let's go out to the machine, and we'll get started on this. We're going to start out on the lathe and do some turning, and then we got to come back and we're going to drill and thread mill these holes. So there's 2 or 3 setups for the hub here, and there's a mill setup here, a couple of setups for the set screw, and then one to put this slot in here. Alright guys, so let's go out to the machines and let's get started. Alright, there's the finished piece. We'll, we've got to do a groove in it. We'll do that on the mill. And we've got to face this off right here. Okay, so I'm going to be machining the rest of this homing ring. This is for a sensor for the ATC. It's got this little slot in here. It's 1/8 of an inch wide and about 0.184 deep. So we're going to be using a 1/16 inch end mill. Alright, did a pretty good job there, but that turned out good. Alright, so on to the next part, which is the hub. So that's the first operation. This is the shoulder here. You can see that pecking operation really works good for these small lathes here. Leaves a good finish. Alright, so now I've pre-drilled this hole here to 7/16, but we got to open it up to a 1/2 inch for a 1/2 inch shaft. So that's the next operation. you got to see there. Well, we just need to bore that out so that it fits a 1/2 inch shaft. Looks like it's, there we go. Looks like it's dead on. So we're good. Okay, so the next operation is we're going to machine the rest of it here. There we go. That's the finished piece on the lathe, and now we need to go over to the mill, and we've got some drilling and thread milling operations to do on a couple of different setups. Alright guys, so I've got the hub in the vise here. We're going to be drilling 4 holes. We're going to be drilling 4 holes, and then we're going to thread mill the 4 holes. Now we're going to be doing some peck drilling. This is for a M6. So we'll be doing some peck drilling. I like to run mine at 4,000 RPMs. This is a 5mm drill. So this is 4,000 RPMs. We're doing about 80 thousandths per peck, and we're doing a feed rate of 5 inches per minute. We're going to be thread milling at 5,000 RPMs, a feed rate of 7.9. We're going to plunge down to the center of the hole, and then we're going to spiral back out. Alright, so let's get started. We've got an M6x1 thread mill. Well, all right. So next setup, we're going to have to drill some set screws, two opposing set screws at a right angle. So we'll get set up for that, and then we'll machine that out. Alright, so I'm working on my last setup. We're going to be drilling a hole here, and then we're going to be doing a counter bore, and then we'll have to come back with a hand tap and tap for set screw. We'll be doing it here and then doing it again 90 degrees out. Alright, pretty quick, pretty simple. Now I'm just going to rotate it 90 degrees, and then we'll do another one here on the side. Alright guys, well, that's part one of this ATC build. I hope you enjoyed the video. Guys, if you're new to my channel and you're just tuning in, click on the subscribe button down here below. When I post a new video, they'll send you a link, and if it's something you're interested in, you can stop by and check it out. Guys, as always, please feel free to ask questions, make suggestions, and leave comments. If you're interested in the plans for this ATC, I'll post the link in the video description. It's a little bit different than what I'm going to do, but overall his basic design was pretty good, and I think you can modify it as I did for whatever suits your needs. Guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, thumbs up if you like the video, and most importantly, be safe.